Big Boar Bbq presents Seven Rivers Racing with Dan Diker and Billy Doc Niles. Today's program is brought to you by Big Boar Bbq on Highway 16 West Salem and downtown La Crosse. Big Boar Bbq, now that's a mouthful. By Carey Heating and Air Conditioning, your residential specialists on La Crosse's north side. By Pizza Hut in La Crosse and Winona. Pizza Hut. Now here's Dan with this week's show.
Welcome in, race fans. Big Boar Bbq presents Seven Rivers Racing on K2EG TV along with Billy Doc Niles. I am the voice, radio man Dan Diker, fresh off of only my second miss of a race at the Crosse Speedway in a very, very long time. Bill got to grab the mic. I DJ'd a wedding. Was it everything you ever thought it would be?
We had everything Saturday night. You picked a bad night to be gone.
I put that on Facebook.
We had a points leader in the Outlaws class not make it out for the feature due to an incident in the heat race. We had a Queen Bee roll over. We had close finishes. The late model feature was a fantastic finish, which you're going to see here in a little bit. You picked a bad night to be gone, buddy.
Only thing that was to my advantage, besides I made a pretty good whop of money DJing Saturday night, was the chicken marsala that I had. So I didn't have any Clements brats because it was Clements night. I
had your brats.
I had 4 portions of extras that were left over in the kitchen.
And the fans will tell you that I did get a food joke in on you.
Can't wait to go back on Saturday night. We're going to talk about Saturday night right now. Coming up in the program, we are going to talk about the Crosse Speedway in segments number 1 and 3. We're going to take you in car a couple of times. We're going to show you that bad crash in the Queen Bees. And we're going to talk car club enthusiasts, as Gretchen Gausman is going to be joining us in the program as well. I'm going to start things off with a recap of the Crosse Speedway Saturday night. And here come the last 2 laps, Billy Doc Niles. This was pretty much the Steve Carlson, Nick Panitsky show.
It was impressive. If you saw earlier in the race, what a fantastic move Carlson made to get on the inside of Devin Schmidt and take the lead. Brought Panitsky with him, and it was a 2-man show from there. A spin out with 1 lap to go, set up a 1-lap shootout, and what a great race this was, man. If them two coming out of turn 4, Panitsky getting into, trying to get underneath Carlson there and just couldn't quite pull the move off. Great race all the way around. Them two put on a great show.
Panitsky gets his first runner-up finish of the year, as he's been smoking hot coming off that 2-race win just a couple of weeks ago. That was Steve Carlson's first win of the season, and Panitsky remains on top of the point standings. Talking about remaining on top of the point standings, well, the Sportsman feature had a whole bunch going on, and this was Spin City, and for Brad Worthen, right place at the right time.
Yeah, it's nobody could have been luckier than Brad Worthen Saturday night. The first 8 laps were phenomenal. Great racing, trading places, awesome racing. And then, the rash of yellow started with the, full moon racing, we called it. And it couldn't have been any worse than with 3 laps to go when Humfeld and Bachman got together. And, Merry Christmas, Brad Worthen. You got that, you got the lucky horseshoe, and he drove off to a win. Thompson right behind him. I think that's the luck that we brought him from being on the show last week.
Of course.
And,
Radio Karma.
And Tom Leathy, after having a bad week the week before, rounding out the top 3, so great job by them. This small class puts on a heck of a show. It's fun to watch.
Well, we jump from the Sporties to the Thunderstocks, and Jason Schaller, man, as he had some problems the entire season. He's had a lot of motor problems going on in his El Camino, but Saturday night, Billy Doc Niles, number 24, pretty much all him.
The real race was behind him because he jumped out in front on the first lap, and it was bye-bye Jason. And then the real race was behind him. Bolster, who was having a great night in both the Thunderstocks and the Outlaws, held off everybody for a little while, but you had Hardy, you had Lockington, you had Moore, all 4 of them guys going, and what a phenomenal finish that was between them guys. So great racing, close racing, a little bit of bumper tag here and there, but still another fun race to watch.
And the Hornets, they invaded the action track quarter mile. A very young man, a very tiny man. We had him in the program last year, and I couldn't believe how actually tall I was. Jimmy Bjorkman out of West Salem just dominated in the Hornets this year, and that says something, or last weekend, when you can beat someone like Mark Bornitz.
Yeah, he got out to the front, and pretty patient, too. He started in the second row and very calmly worked his way around the leader and Stanfield, I believe it was. And just set sail from there. When by the time Bornitz broke free, he just didn't have enough time to catch him. There wasn't a yellow flag. Great race, and good job, Jimmy Bjorkman.
So from the Hornets, we go to the Outlaws, and I thought it was interesting when I watched the replay, the Knights of Thunder replay Sunday night here in KQEG TV, that I didn't see any really big Outlaws. I saw two Thunderstocks, Mark Chalet and Jason Bolster. Why?
That's actually not Bolster's Thunderstock. It looked to me like it's the former number 6 car from last year. I didn't directly ask him, but he had the big tires on it. He won the heat race, but then the heat race, we talked about this at the beginning of the show. Glenn Bush Jr., your points leader. He also had the fast qualifier Saturday night. Little contact with Aylesworth. He ends up in the wall, not able to fix it in time. Aylesworth, when they come around to get the green flag for the first time, cuts a tire down, done for the night. So we were down to 2, and basically it turned into a little practice session for those 2 cars to get themselves set up for the Thunderstock feature later.
Talking about cutting a tire down, I didn't see the video, but I saw the aftermath. Todd Oliver out of West Salem on the third practice lap on Saturday afternoon, cuts a tire down, and I guess the destruction from what I saw was huge.
We were walking through the pits, it was me and Paul Reichert and publicist Aspen Ann, and we had our back to it, and all we heard was a boom, and you turn around, and there he was sitting just off the grass on turn 3. A little worse for the wear. He did get banged up a little bit. It was a pretty hard hit, but he's okay. We did see him in the stands enjoying an adult beverage later in the evening, but man, they got some work on that car to do now.
See, when Billy's in the tower, he's always picking up people in the adult beverages, but I'm the one that's picking people out that are eating.
Shock me.
So again, yeah, I missed a big night. The one night that I had to do a wedding, missed a big one out there. And of course, the Queen Bees, probably the biggest crash we'd seen in some time. And if you saw the replay on KQEG TV, the cameraman in turn number 1 up on the Big Red Barn nailed that right off the bat. We're not going to show it to you right now, but we are going to show it to you.
This is called a teaser. We're saving it for the 3rd segment.
Yeah, we're going to set this thing up for segment 3 because you would have a chance to talk with Amy Eckelberg. Was it her fault or was it her husband Jonathan's for giving her too much instruction?
Well, if you read all the comments on Facebook, it's anybody who gave her advice, from Jonathan to Craig Kohlmeyer to Mandy Eckelberg. Any one of them gave him advice. Apparently, it didn't work.
No, the car did. And the tire in turn 2 worked.
The car flew.
Yeah, we're going to show you that one here in segment 3. Coming up next, all you car club enthusiasts, whether you've got something back from the 30s or something you just got off the showroom floor, our next guest you're going to want to listen to because she's got some great information about an event that's going to be coming up here after the Crosse Speedway and many events throughout the normal racing season away from the Speedway. That's coming up next on 7 Rivers Racing.
You don't have to fly to Kansas City to get great barbecue. Or you don't have to drive down to Des Moines to get great pulled pork too. If you want ribs, the best in town, pulled pork or chicken too, just come on down for the best food in town at Big Boar Bbq.
In downtown La Crosse, there's only one place where you can find award-winning barbecue. Hi, this is Jerry Beyer from Big Boar Bbq. The people from La Crosse have spoken and voted us the best barbecue and the best caterer in La Crosse County. Try it yourself and you'll agree. We've got the highest quality ribs, pulled pork, brisket, smoked chicken, and ham. Barbecue like nowhere else. Got a meeting or special event? We could cater it. Ask about our business delivery service. Big Boar Bbq on 3rd Street downtown and Highway 16 West Salem.
Yeah!
Whatever your perfect temperature, you'll enjoy consistent comfort with the heating and air conditioning systems homeowners rank #1. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning.
Save up to $1,000 on select American Standard home comfort systems. Call Carey Heating today or visit AmericanStandardAir.com for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions. Have you tried the Great Lunch Buffet at Pizza Hut? Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1:30, Pizza Hut in La Crosse and Winona offers you an all-you-can-eat lunch buffet for just $5.99. All the salad, pasta, breadsticks, and of course, delicious piping hot pizza you can eat. How about dinner? Don't get up, get online and get a large 2-topping pizza for just $7.99. It's the best pizza delivery deal at your La Crosse and Winona Pizza Hut. Call for delivery or order online. Pizza Hut.
back, race fans. Big Boar Bbq presents Seven Rivers Racing on KQEG TV. I am Dan Dyke, along with Billy Doc Niles. Do want to let you know that a classic car show is going to be happening a couple of times at Big Boar in West Salem. The first and third Wednesday of each month for the Big Boar Car Show. I think our guest may want this information as well.
You notice our set just got a lot better looking.
It did. June 21st, July 5th. Trophy night is July 19th. And Billy and I are going to take the show on the road as we're going to be taping the show live from Big Boar Bbq in West Salem on July 19th. So there will be food involved, number one, and some classic cars.
Well, that's how they got you there, huh?
Well, yeah, that coleslaw is simply outstanding. Talking about cars, whether they're new or old, our guest today, we had her in the program last year. She did a fantastic job. She's going to join us again today, and her name is Gretchen Gausman. Hi, Gretchen. How are you?
Hi, good.
Now, put your hair back a little bit. That's who she's with. What is this? What is this?
It is Wisconsin Car Enthusiast Club, or WCEC.
And we did shoot this in June. She's wearing a hoodie. We're wearing long, short sleeves.
It was warm out today.
But she's got a cool sweatshirt.
It's cold in here.
It's good to have you back again.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
2017 has started for you guys. First off, explain what kind of a car club are you a part of?
It is a kind of all kind of car enthusiasts. It's not just like one type. It's kind of open to everybody. Whether you're into import cars, classic cars, new age stuff, whatever the case may be, it's just a good club to get into so that you can network, get to know people, find things out about the car that you may be interested, or find out modifications that you might not know about. That kind of stuff.
Now, you've been part of this since its inception in 2013. How many members you got now, and explain the popularity of this?
It's a pretty popular thing in Wisconsin, and it's growing slowly into Minnesota and Illinois and Iowa. It's pretty big. We started out with just a few members in the Eau Claire area, and it just gradually over the last 4 years has grown into something that none of us could have comprehended.
And if you were at the Crosse Speedway last year when they held their show, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit, I had seen, I didn't get to go that day, but I'd seen some video you guys had on Facebook. Actually, you sent me some.
Yep.
And it was incredible to see how many cars kept coming in over and over and over and over. Because it was on a Sunday?
Yep.
I was at the go-kart track to start things off with, so I was watching them go through the pits. And some of the rides that were bringing in were just simply incredible.
You weren't that interested in the go-kart races, then, were you?
No. I saw chrome. I saw shiny things, and it distracted me. The vehicles you guys have as a part of this club are probably the most well-maintained anywhere in western Wisconsin, including yours.
Yes. I don't know how to find
And they're not just, when I say well-maintained, they're not like off the showroom floor. There are things that have been added. There's vinyl, there are rims, there are tires, there's hires, there's lowers, there's hydraulic. There's a little bit of everything with some of the rides you guys have as part of the club.
Yep, there is. A lot of people generally use their cars as daily drivers as well as showing them off, and then a lot of people also use them in off-road dirt rallies, in road rallies, in autocross, and all sorts of other stuff. And then the shows are a good opportunity for people to bring them out and actually have people see what they actually have for their vehicles.
Is there a certain thing you're looking for? Is this exclusive, or can anybody, any vehicle?
It's a lot of our meets are open to anybody to come in and meet new people, network with people, and that's usually just like an open invitation type thing to anybody who wants to come. For example, our season opener in April, we had an indoor show, outdoor meet, and the show, we had pre-registered cars, so they had to be accepted and screened. And then we had about 70 cars in the indoor section, and then we had nearly 1,000 or more cars show up just for the meet portion of the show.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I love the video we saw. of the Dells where you're walking around in a hoodie and shorts and duck boots since it rained.
Yep.
Your second event you just had here a couple of weeks ago. Tell us about the big one coming back to the La Crosse Speedway.
The La Crosse Speedway show is very different and unique as opposed to setting up in like a parking lot or, you know, like a festival fairground. We actually set up on the track itself. So
all the way around, and the nose. See, if you use La Crosse Speedway, the back ends face the wall from 3 to 4, so you've got noses all the way down. It's a spectacular sight, and I would really encourage a lot of people, if you haven't seen this before, look it up on Facebook or just on the internet and find some of the pictures they had last year. This is one, again, I got to watch a bunch of the entries coming in, and I was astonished because it wasn't just new kids and rice burners. I saw some oldies but goodies in line.
Yep, that's correct. We had a lot of older cars come out, we had newer cars come out, and sometimes it's young kids who have older cars, and sometimes it's older guys who have really nice, like, newer cars.
And you know, you brought up a great point last year when I had asked you, okay, do you put the older cars down at one spot and the younger guys down here? And you said no, you like to intertwine them because the conversations that happen between the older and the younger guys is simply outstanding because they're sharing secrets of a 1956 Dodge compared to, you know, a 2012 Nissan.
Yep.
This isn't just an average swap meet, is it?
No, it's not. It's a pretty good show that we put on.
Can you give us an idea what goes on during a typical show?
What we do at the Speedway is we have a couple of things that we do during the show that if you enter your car, you are able to enter and do these things. A couple of the things that we do is we have the burnout competition. We have an exhaust competition. We have car limbo, which is for cars that have been lowered. And that's pretty fun to watch. They actually get to drive around the track to come back around to do limbo. And then we also have a two-wheel drive dyno, portable dyno that we have come to the track as well. So
that's impressive.
I think you and I have plans this year because we definitely got to go for this one.
This sounds like fun, yes.
Got to get some video on the show.
I want to see some classic Camaros. I love the old Camaros.
A little bit of everything on there. Before we let Gretchen go, and you can hear more this week as well on our radio show on 1460 WCEC. On a Saturday at noon. If people want more information about the club or maybe a schedule of events you have, give us the 411.
The website is the official WCEC.com, and then you should be able to find everything on the website. There'll be a little sidebar. You'll be able to find the event calendar, pre-registration for all the events, including the La Crosse Car Show, and it's titled La Crosse Speedway Car Show. And you can either find that on the website or you can find it on Facebook through our Facebook page, Wisconsin Car Enthusiast Club.
I've always wanted to do this. Right down here, let's see if I can do this. Jesse's going to put the website right along here someplace. What was the website one more time so I can follow along?
TheOfficialWCEC.com.
See, I've always
we went backwards. You were supposed to start here and go this way.
Find out more information because I tell you what, it is a very well-organized group. I've seen a lot of videos, a lot of pictures. I've met a lot of the folks that are a part of the group through the Crosse Speedway Street Drags because they drag a lot of these cars as well. Thanks for coming on again, and we will definitely see you at the Speedway in July.
Yes, we will.
All right, Gretchen
Gausman to be on the radio.
Yeah, thank you.
You can hear more on the radio as well. Coming up next, we're going to take some sneak peeks of some in-car video. One that, well, that Doc Niles was there to see. We'll fill you in next on 7 Rivers Racing.
You don't have to fly to Kansas City to get great barbecue. Or you don't have to drive down to Des Moines to get great pulled pork too. If you want ribs, the best in town, pulled pork or chicken too, just come on down for the best food in town at Big Boar Bbq.
The people have spoken. Hi, this is Jerry Beyer from Big Boar Bbq. Recently voted the best barbecue and best caterer in La Crosse County by popular vote. And no, this wasn't a rigged election. Try it yourself. Taste our delicious, tender, fall-off-the-bone ribs, pulled pork, brisket, smoked ham, or chicken. And you'll agree this is the best barbecue. You'll find us on 3rd Street downtown and on Highway 16 in West Salem. But our catering truck can come right to your door for any special occasion. Big Boar Bbq. Now that's a mouthful.
Yeah!
Whatever your perfect temperature, you'll enjoy consistent comfort with the heating and air conditioning systems homeowners rank #1. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning.
Save up to $1,000 on select American Standard home comfort systems. Call Carey Heating today or visit AmericanStandardAir.com for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions. Have you tried the great lunch buffet at Pizza Hut? Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1:30, Pizza Hut in La Crosse and Winona offers you an all-you-can-eat lunch buffet for just $5.99. All the salad, pasta, breadsticks, and of course, delicious piping hot pizza you can eat. How about dinner? Don't get up, get online and get a large 2-topping pizza for just $7.99. It's the best pizza delivery deal at your La Crosse and Winona Pizza Hut. Call for delivery or order online. Pizza Hut.
Welcome back. Big Boar Bbq presenting Seven Rivers Racing on KQEG TV, along with Billy Doc Niles. I am the voice radio man, Dan Diker. Our red is now clashing. Gretchen's gone in that white hoodie, and
well, it doesn't look so good up here anymore, but it still smells good.
It does. It does. She really brought a lot of flavor. Maybe we should just hang her sweatshirt right back here for every show we do now.
There we go. We can advertise for the car club.
It's called White Balance. You know, back on segment 1, we were talking about bad crashes that I missed on Saturday night at the La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. One of those involved Carter Christensen, who was involved in one on week number 1. It was a lot more cosmetic than anything else. Billy was up in the tower when he and Don Thunder Turner got collected between turns 3 and 4. Here's the in-car from Carter, and it looks as though everything was pretty much smooth sailing, and Brad Wortham was in the right place at the right time. Carter in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Well, if you watch the video, he's trying to work the inside of the car in front of him, and they go into turn 3, and I didn't see how Turner got spun. But cars started scattering, and it was right there for Carter. He had nowhere to go, and man, from the tower you could see him launch up into the air. Just an incredible accident, and the fact that he was able to get out, it's a testament to the safety of these vehicles. And glad that they're both okay, but wow, they have a lot of work to do. That was an incredible wreck.
There's not much you can do when you're coming around the corners. If you guys are topping out at about 103, 104, you're in the corners doing 75, 80. There's not much you can do to get out of the way of a wreck.
That's the reaction time. You have to be really quick on your reaction time. And there was, Carter had nowhere to go. I mean, once Turner went sideways, Carter was already alongside of somebody, boom, and Turner was right there. There wasn't anything he could do.
I was going to show you some video. It wasn't a wreck this time, but I thought it was a really interesting video of Tom Lethe. And the reason I wanted to replay this right here is, number one, I really got to listening and watching several things from an in-car video like we talked about last week with Matt Henderson's. And you can, if you follow this, Billy Doc Niles, watch the line that he's running and listen to the acceleration. You can even kind of hear when he gets off the accelerator. I can even picture the power pole that he's coming off of and when he's getting back on. We were talking about those as learning tools. Should other drivers be paying attention to those type things?
Oh, other drivers should always be paying attention to what other drivers do. You can learn something. One thing you always find interesting, drivers will, either go in as hard as they can until they find a braking point. Some will back their corner up to get through the corners, a little bit smoother. They'll give up speed to get through the corners faster, or they'll try and barrel it in and see if they can get through as quick as they can, depending on their setup. Lethe, you see it at the beginning of the race. If you watch the whole video, go back and watch the whole video. He's pretty tentative at the beginning of the race, but you could see him amp it up a little bit, especially after them accidents. He kept picking up spots, and just a nice smooth line. He even said he was a little bit loose. There was nothing he could do with them front 2 cars, but just a nice smooth line all the way through the corners towards the end of that race.
2 words you just used right there are going to lead me. It's called a segue. Amping it up, an accident. You got to show you this incredible video of Amy Eckelberg, Jonathan Eckelberg's wife, in the Queen Bees from this past weekend. She's in a white Pontiac Grand Prix. She told me she took off great, but if you watch the result right here, what a crash.
Incredible. I don't know, she says she didn't turn as fast as she was supposed to. And, man, that tire launched her up in the air. It was incredible. You want to talk about a hush over the crowd. And what a cool announcement to say she's okay and listen to, 2,400 people clap and yell for her. And, once she got out of the car, they brought her up on the front stretch, and we had a chance to talk to her.
Here she is, folks. Give it up for Amy Eckelberg. You want to take us through what happened there? That was pretty scary.
Yeah, so my husband told me to go fast, so I did. But then I don't think I turned quite fast enough, so I think that's what happened.
And I've never seen this before. I've never been inside a car doing this. What is it like to hit something and just do a slow roll like that?
Well, it didn't really feel slow at the time. It actually felt pretty fast. And until I was just sitting there, I didn't really realize that I flipped, so.
So this is not going to discourage you from trying this again next year, is it?
We'll see.
You got your mother-in-law is in tears up there right now.
Yeah.
Tell her you're okay.
I'm okay, Kim. Sorry I couldn't win like you normally do.
Yeah, by the way, you see your car. Oh, look at that. I think you should run over there and see if it runs. You could probably get back in this.
I mean, I probably could, but I'm probably going to go real slow.
All right. Heck of an accident. Give it up. It's Amy Eckelberg, ladies and gentlemen.
So again, glad to see she was up and around and in good spirits. She was obviously in good spirits on Facebook, as I had to take a picture of her hitting that tire from the replay of Knights of Thunder last Sunday, and some of the comments on there, she was pretty lighthearted. Even Josh England, former Thunderstock driver, had said, "So that means you're going to do this again?" And she said, "I didn't say I wouldn't."
No, shit. Even in that interview, I mean, I kind of had an Earnhardt thought because they were flipping the car over, but there was a little bit too much damage for that car to continue on, but it would have been cool to see her jump back in.
So kudos to Amy Eckelberg for getting it done and jumping out and really thrilling the crowd on her very first Queen Bees attempt. One more reminder that Big Boar Bbq is going to be having a couple of car shows, first and third Wednesday of each month for the Big Boar Car Show, going to be in West Salem. That's going to be June 21st, July 5th. They're going to have trophy nights coming up on July 19th, and Billy and I are going to take the TV show on the road to West Salem, and we're going to be doing our program from there and the classic cars that night. So we hope you come on and join us, and he'll be doing the talking, and I'll be eating burnt pork ends.
Oh, somebody else is going to have to. We'll make Jesse talk while you and I eat.
I want to thank Gretchen Gausman for joining us in the program. Again, if you want more information, go to our Facebook page. We'll have all of her information on the website on there about the great things that club is doing here in the area. Until next week, support your local short tracks. For Billy Doc Niles, I'm Radio Man Dan Dyker. See ya.
You've been watching the Big Boar Bbq presentation of Seven Rivers Racing on KQEG TV. Seven Rivers Racing is brought to you by Big Boar Bbq on Highway 16 West Salem and downtown La Crosse. Big Boar Bbq, now that's a mouthful. By Carey Heating and Air Conditioning, your residential specialists on La Crosse's north side. By Pizza Hut in La Crosse and Winona. Pizza Hut. Join us next week at this same time for Doc and Dan and Seven Rivers Racing on KQEG TV.